We're going to turn this lovely man into a very unlovely man named Genghis Khan. Check out his white pasty face now. We're going to make him have a duskier complexion. That will be our first step. I'm going to start with liquid foundation, Summer Dawn. I don't actually know the kind of makeup this is. I have a feeling it might be Ben Nye. But it's your basic foundation. It's slightly darker. I'm using a foundation brush and applying it liberally to his skin.
Be liberal.
So we have to really care about social causes.
I'm a liberal.
Most liberals believe in bigger governments and more social spending.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that.
You wouldn't think that the makeup talks were so deep, but they're deep.
Taking care of business. So the trick to putting makeup over whiskers is to use a brush and not a sponge. A sponge will decompose almost immediately and start leaving itself in the person's beard. Bad. Using a brush gets it really in between the bristles of the hair on the man's face. Not very often a woman's face has facial hair, but sometimes. So anyone's face.
Yeah.
Doing circles and squishing your brush into the skin will get around those bristly facial hairs, and it'll make an even coat. Yay.
You picking up that bathroom?
Let's see who comes out. Someone just peed.
Or worse. Probably she doesn't wash her hands unless she's on camera.
Terrible. Nice. Okay, so there we have an even coat of foundation.
A little known fact, Genghis Khan made really good haiku poems.
Okay, so I just put on foundation and then I followed it up with a very light, loose powder to take down some of the orange in the base. Okay, now I'm going to take this hula powder. I'm sure you guys have seen me use it before. I've used that much of it. It's great. It's a great bronzer because it doesn't have any sparkles in it. So you can use it as a contouring device, which I'm going to do now. Genghis Khan had very, very pronounced cheekbones, like crazy pronounced. So I'm going to go around the cheekbone and define.
Almost too smart.
Honey, we're gonna have a baby.
Oh my god.
It's so great.
Let's throw out some names.
Okay, how about Charles?
Okay, let's put it in the maybe pile.
Okay.
What do you think about Todd?
I hate Todd.
Okay, no Todd. How about...
No offense, Todd.
No offense, Todd. How about Genghis? Genghis.
Ooh.
Starting to feel more fierce.
Okay, so next I'm going to take this Laura Mercier black eyeliner and I'm going to create some face lines. To make someone look mean is to outline their nostrils, which sounds weird, but it just makes the person's nostrils look flared, which is one of the things your face naturally does when you're mad. Now your nostrils feel really hard. Another natural place for lines is the forehead, because we all go like that when we're mad. So you just put in a slightly sketchy line and then you rub it into the skin. And I'm just going to follow a couple of forehead lines and rub those in. Some under the chin lines. These are tiny jowls. I'm creating tiny jowls. I'm also going to put a little bit of darkness under here to do more cheekbone bump. Now I'm going to put a little bit of dark on the sockets of the eyes. That also makes people look more angry.
I look kind of like a Klingon almost.
Ooh. I love Worf. He's my favorite Klingon.
And Schnarf.
So I'm also outlining the bones in the nose because that will also make him look fiercer. Okay, so now I'm going to do the eyebrows. Okay, so I'm going to take that same black eyeliner paint and follow the brow hairs. If you look at the person's face in a mirror, because it's the flip of what you're looking at, you get a better sense of what you're doing, I think. So I always like to look at it in the mirror. Yeah.
Diet Coke.
That's Genghis Khan ordering at McDonald's?
Yeah.
You don't have a Diet Coke?
So now I'm going to do some eyeliner. I'm going to give it a little sweep at the end of the eye, just for a little Asian accent. And then I'm going to darken the lid, just the lid that will be visible underneath the top lid. So what we're talking about is that he has epicanthal folds, which are folds on the top part of your eyelid that fall much closer to the lash line than like my eyelid. It makes you look very exotic.
Wow, thank you.
Ooh. But it also makes it easier to make it look Asian, because usually only Asian people have epicanthal folds.
Maybe there's something about my family I don't know yet. That's so hard to talk. I could never get used to it.
I know it sucks. But you're actually really good at keeping your eyes clear. So now I'm going to go over his lashes with some Full and Soft Waterproof Mascara by Maybelline. It doesn't look too mascara-y. That's why I'm doing it on the boys. So look at this ear. So here's more brown powder. We're just creating more crevices and more... I kind of want his face to look a little bit dirty, as if he's been in a battle. Hasn't had time to wash in the last like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
That's what battle was like back then.
Sleeping on the ground, pooping in your hat.
Tending to your horse before yourself. Next I'm going to take the pink out of his lips by putting on a little bit of brown lipstick. Because pink lips is not very menacing. We can't have you looking kissable. Now smush your lips together. So now I think we're ready to apply this baby.
This is going to seal the deal.
That really is going to make
This seals the deal like Dave Matthews.
Were you in college, Dave Matthews?
No, but like, you know.
Oh, you put on the music and
yeah.
then that
Seals
seals
the
the deal. What seals the deal for you?
I'll take what I can get. Yes.
Okay, so we have a very good mustache that has a mesh back, which is nicer than the kinds that you just stick on themselves. So you put spirit gum in the area that the mustache is going. You make it tacky with your fingers and time. You have to wait for it to get tacky like that, like I just did. Sometimes it creates gross looking strings, like what happened just now. Makes it look like I jizzed on your mouth. Sorry.
I got some jizz on my mouth.
You got some jizz on your mouth. But it's just mine. It complements perfectly any kind of seafood. We didn't get a goatee bottom, like a beardy part. So I'm applying spirit gum and making it tacky again. Jizzing on your face again.
This video should be called Jizz on My Face. We'll get a lot of views, I'm sure.
And then I just took some clippings from a wig. And now we're going to see what happens to them when I place them on. So we started out with a very nice Lloyd, and now we've ended up with a murdering rapist from the Middle Ages.
Yes,
Genghis
that's
Khan.
me. Thank you, Ceciley. Excellent job.
You're welcome. Do you want to give them fist kisses? Those are probably the most violent ones you've ever gotten. Okay, bye guys. Thanks for watching the makeup tutorial. Come back next time and we'll give you some treats.
Nice.